What up, what up? It's DJ Krate Digger, the Mighty Sound Champion crew, and you are tuned in the lab here on CrateDigger.com. Today, I want to do something kind of different. We're going to just talk about what to take to a gig. A lot of times, for example, if you see me out, you've seen me with a backpack, and it has a whole lot of different things in it. A lot of people, give me a hard time, and I think it's hilarious because I actually have almost something for every situation. So I always have an adapter or a cord or something or to kind of save the day. If you're packing for a gig, and we're not talking about turntables, we're not talking about mixer cases, we're not talking about crates of records, we're talking about specifically in your DJ carry-on personal bag. Right now we're just going to talk about if you got to drive to a gig, whether you're riding or driving, or basically if you don't have to go through a security protocol to get to a gig, what should you take with you? If you're using Serato or any type of laptop-based DBS system, of course, gotta have your laptop itself. I carry these two adapters, VGA, HDMI. I mark them with a little permanent marker just so I know that that's the top of the adapter, so when I go to plug in, especially if it's low light, I'm not trying to figure out what shape this is, or I'm not trying to jam this in and force it in. I have that bar right on top, that way I know exactly which is the top section of my adapter. If you have a laptop, you should have at least one power source. Of course, I carry two, because truth is, especially these fat parts, because this comes apart, these fat boys have been known to eventually give out. You want to make sure you have at least one power source. Ideally, travel with two. Little quick tip. These little Velcro ties, you can get them at Lowe's, Home Depot, Micro Center, Target, Walmart. They save space. It makes it easier for you to keep this cord kind of organized, and it also saves space along with keeps you from kind of winding the cord and binding the cord. Whether you use control CDs, you want to have two pair. That means four. Whether you use control CDs or whether you use Serato vinyl. So I have two pairs of Serato vinyl, and because I very rarely, if ever, use control CDs, I only have one pair of control CDs. But ideally, you want to have two of each. You need your needles. Whether you carry them in a case, which is ideal, or if you have a pouch, I ideally put them in a case. That way you don't have to worry about the shields coming off, stylus is getting bent back or whatever, bouncing around. You would be surprised, or maybe you wouldn't, how many times I've been to a gig, especially when I'm rocking with other DJs, and they're like, oh, yo, forgot my needles. It happens, but if you kind of have this kit ready, whenever you grab your kit and head out to a gig, you'll always be prepared. I just happen to always keep two sets of Shure M44s on deck. Alright? I keep my dicers and all the cables that go. So I get a pair of dicers and the cables that go to my dicers. I keep that in this little pouch. Once again, the pouch keeps the dicers from getting crushed, jammed up against something. It keeps the cables from getting tangled, bent funny, and it keeps them all together. So if I happen to need my dicers, I don't gotta dig in the bag to find the dicers and dig for the cord. It's all right here together. Earbuds. Now I prefer earbuds. Some of you guys like headphones. No big deal. Once again, you see I have the Velcro tie to keep my cables together. So this all is one piece. Now, a little tip for you. Always keep your 1/8 inch to 1/4 inch adapter, keep it right on your headphones. That way anytime you grab this, I got my adapter, I got my headphones, I'm ready to roll. And of course, I keep two pair. I always keep my own mic with me. Now, even though I perform with the Pioneer S9 mixer, I keep this Denon DJ interface with me just in case. If something funky happens with the mixer, or for whatever reason the gig I'm performing at already has gear or already has a setup, and whatever happens, I always have this backup interface in this bundle, which once again is tied with another one of those Velcro ties. I have RCA cables in case I have to run my interface, 2 USB cables, and I have one short HDMI to HDMI cable. I carry 2. I think these are 6 foot. They may be, yeah, these are 6 foot, 1/8 inch to RCA cables. Alright, now I'll keep 2. I carry a small plethora of kind of mid-level adapters. So I have a RCA male to dual RCA male adapter. I have a RCA male to dual RCA female adapter, dual RCA female to male 1/4 inch adapter. This is a 12 foot HDMI to HDMI cable. In this bag I carry just odds and ends that I never know if I'll need until I need them and don't have them. Or I need them, I have them, and I'm saved. Alright? I have 2 RCA female to XLR male adapters or converters. 1/4 to 1/4 adapter. Now I carry this specifically because it is L-shaped. Oftentimes I'll have mixers that have the headphone jack on the face of the mixer, not on the front body part. And there's nothing like having a straight cord going down and then leaning for hours at a time. So I use this just to have that headphone jack that already has the cord in. Instead of it coming up perpendicular to the face of the mixer, it's parallel to the face of the mixer. Now I carry 2 RCA female to 1/4 inch male adapters. But this is an iRig. iRig basically allows you to take a XLR feed into the iRig. You can set the gain. It does have its own phantom power switch, so whether it's a studio mic or not even a mic source, but it handles any type of XLR source you can get in here. And then it comes out via an 1/8 inch jack, and you can plug that into specifically an iPad, an iPhone, and you can route audio into the headphone jack of your iPhone or your iPad via the iRig headphone jack splitter. So now I can plug this into one source and I have 2 separate headphone jacks. Charger block, so I can charge my phone, I can charge my iPad, 4-space USB hub. Last but not least, in this little bag of goodies, I keep a good old square. These might be called register. I think they go by the name point of sale now. But anytime people want to either pay me via credit card, pay me a deposit, buy a mix CD or whatever it is, I always have the opportunity to collect via a credit card. A couple pens if I got to take notes, a couple markers, multi-tools. You need a good old number 2 pencil, a towel, a travel or a trial size of DO, trial tube of toothpaste, trial size toothbrush. For me, some chapstick because a brother's lips get chapped from time to time. And some of you may have, body oils or a little cologne spray or something that you may want to put on if you have to kind of run to the bathroom after setting up or after being outside for a couple hours at a wedding or something. Just something to kind of freshen up. I love Red Bulls, and while I don't love them because of a sponsorship, I will accept the sponsorship, so thank you Red Bull in advance. But always keep, a Red Bull or something, especially if you don't drink at gigs. Keep a Red Bull, ideally. Just put it in a plastic bag, so if something were to happen and the can itself gets poked, ruptured, cracks, dents, or whatever, you don't have a mess all in your bag. Of course, gum and or mints, hand sanitizer. Keep a mini tool, swag, and promo. Nothing like being at a gig, you're killing it, and somebody wants your info because they want to hire you. You got a card, and you start patting your pockets. Oh, I left them in the car, or oh, this or that, or I always keep a stack of business cards in my bag. It just is the cherry on top of a great experience when at the end of the night you can give somebody a sticker with your logo on it. I always try to keep, along with my sticker swag, I try to keep a couple of mixtapes mixed CDs. That's what I have in my bag. So when you see me out at a gig and I have that bag on, you basically now know what I have in there. All right. Once you see all the different things I carry, you can sit down and figure out what you really need for the situation that you'll be in, and some of the things that you will decide to bring as just in case you're in a tight squeeze. All right. With that said, DJ Krate Digger, you're in the lab on KrateDigger.com.